Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's Monster Train stream. I hope everyone's having a good time. So, let's look at the daily challenge for today. Our clans are Stygian, Guard, and Melting Remnant. So our champion is gonna be Tethys. The mutators are Burn Bright, Ninja Training, and Permadeath. So we gain +2 Ember every turn. Minor bosses enter with Stealth 5, and any non-champion unit which dies is purged from your deck. So these mutators make me think we wanna go something like Sap, so we can keep our units alive and keep the boss sapped until the stealth runs out. Something like that would be pretty good here. Especially considering the Burn Bright makes it a lot easier to cast multiple spells and get out the sap totem. So if we find something like that, that would definitely be great. Permadeath with Melting Remnant always means you can get so many cards out of your deck. You can purge all the Drags for free and all the Train Stewards for free, so that's very nice. On the other hand, we can't really make use of Reform because we will not be able to reform any units that die because they get purged from the deck. We can still use Endless to trigger something like Extinguish. So that still works, but requires us to find some way to give a unit Endless. The scores today are pretty low. They are rarely that low in the daily challenge. On the first page we have scores ranging from 45k to almost 47k. So it looks like this is gonna be a more difficult one. But we will see what we get to play with for today. So, we have Offering Token, Purifying Cleanse, and Preserve as our starting cards. The Purifying Cleanse, not that great because I don't really want to use Burnout with Permadeath, but the Offering Token and the Preserve are okay, although with all the extra Ember we generate, having all of our starting cards be 0 cost is not ideal. Okay, and right off the bat we have a major decision to make, because both of these relics are very, very good. Founding Seal, incant abilities trigger additional time, is obviously great with the extra Ember, playing multiple spells, picking up card draw from the boss relics, and we would have a good time with that. Cuddlebeard, on the other hand, makes Frostbite a much stronger strategy. It's a lot easier to stack a decent amount of Frostbite on bosses get flying kills, but considering we are up against Seraph of the Chaste, which halves the stack of buffs and debuffs, especially debuffs on him every turn, because he will always be on the floor where he purges, obviously. That means Frostbite is a bit less viable than Incant, I think, and for that reason I'm gonna go with the Founding Seal. I also think the Founding Seal might be slightly stronger than the Cuddlebeard on average. We might not need Conduit at all with Burn Bright as our mutator. We should be able to play a lot of spells either way. Let's go with Sweep and Spell Weakness. The Sweep is definitely helpful to kill backliner units. Currently we don't have a good spell to use the Spell Weakness with, only the Frozen Lances. Non-boss enemy units enter with Spikes 3. This is problematic. Very, very problematic. But I think I have to take it, otherwise my score will be pretty bad. Even if we don't manage to get through this fight very well, even if we lose a lot of points from this, from taking damage to the enemies, it's still more points than not taking the challenge. I'm gonna freeze Tethys because I don't want her to die to the spikes, and we need her. We need her to beat the boss. Although we could play her here to get a collector instead. That almost guarantees we will take about 50 damage or so in this combat. Which, you know, is obviously bad. But it might still be worth it. And also we at least kill the Disciple Foot Soldier, so we won't take that much damage from the normal enemies. We'll take damage mostly from the boss, which we pretty much have no good way of dealing damage to. I wouldn't mind a Frozen Lance. Yeah, I think I should discard. No, I don't want to discard the drag. I do want to set up as much damage as possible against the boss, and we will have these Purifying Cleanse to increase the burnout on the drag. So I do want the drag to be in the back line. Problem is obviously the boss has stealth, so it's not very fun. There are no more units in the deck, right? And I can't draw back into the Frozen Lances. But I might as well empty the deck here. So we got the boss down to 80 health. So we'll only take 4 hits, which is 16 damage. So we took a total of 26 damage, which was totally worth here. We do have 2 offering tokens, so we really are incentivized to pick up a card with offering. And because we are going the spell weakness path, I think Crypt Builder is the way to go here. Molded obviously bad with permadeath. Molten Encasement can help us for one fight, but will then get purged. Dripfall can be pretty good. The Daze is valuable, it can be reused. And the Descent can sometimes be pretty powerful as well. Think we should go for spell upgrades. We don't currently have a unit even, and I do want to look for an Incant unit in the Stygian banner. Offering Monument, the problem with that is when it dies, it gets purged. So unless we can find an early Endless for it, then yeah, it's just gonna die. I'm not happy about Guard of the Unnamed. It's definitely not my favorite of the Incant units. I think right now it's one of the weakest. But they can still serve a pretty solid purpose in this deck, and that's protecting Tethys. Holdover Crypt Builder is very, very nice. Sure, we do have the offering tokens for the offering, but I'm gonna cost reduce it anyways because we can't do that every turn. And then I don't think I wanna upgrade anything further. Let's just buy a Purge. Although we have so few cards to purge, we only have the Frozen Lances and the Purifying Cleanses. The other cards are pretty solid. I might just wait for Purge nodes. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Aggressive Amulet. Non-boss enemy units get +4 attack and we get a unit draft in return. That seems pretty nice. We can incant 3 times if we want to. And kill 2 of these enemies, so we only take 14 damage. Yeah, that's pretty decent. I'm gonna keep the preserve. I don't need the armor immediately after all. Let's cast a crypt builder here. Frozen lands to let's offering token first. Frozen lands to kill the collector. Another frozen lands, and I'm gonna play the preserve now. Freeze this card instead. I just want the incants. We need a lot of armor to survive the stealth. Let's start with the frozen lands, then we can use the crypt builder. Another frozen lands to kill the backline. Let's use the preserve. Just for armor. Days. And our God of the Unnamed still dies. Even with over 100 armor. Well, because Tethys dies to the spikes. And we have almost no damage after that. I hope we get a good unit here. Otherwise we are pretty much screwed. Ancient Synergy. That's a solid damage spell. Titan's Gratitude isn't terrible, but I think Ancient Synergy is a lot better. Subsuming Blade also very nice. I guess we can replace our God of the Unnamed immediately, which is solid. Unit upgrades or another Stygian unit. I really want another Stygian unit, I think. Although an upgrade on the God of the Unnamed could help him survive a lot longer. Although the next boss doesn't have stealth, so it's gonna be a bit easier. We could dupe our Crypt Builder, that would be pretty solid. Also, hi Hastota, hi Hidden Away, hi Night Breeze, glad to see you guys. Good evening. Hope you had a nice Sunday. What do we do? I think I want the Incant unit. No Incant unit here. Let's take a Cold Celia for now. Just in case. In case we don't want the Cold Celia, we can always just purge her with permadeath. For now, she's gonna be helpful. 2 holdover Crypt Builders. It's a good card, but it might not be that good. I am considering duping the Ancient Synergy instead. No, the Crypt Builder is solid. We do have a lot of Ember. We do have 2 offering tokens. It's a solid card. Let's preserve the ancient synergy. Let's descend Daedalus so he can pick up a stack of spell weakness. Give me the Crypt Builder. Ah. Now this consumes the spell weakness, which is not great. Let's save it then. How much damage is this? 26 times 3 is 78 times 3 is about 200 damage. I should probably take that. Although there will be a chance to take that damage. Deal that amount of damage later. Although these constructed explosives are a bit of a problem there. Yeah. I don't really think a flying kill was possible here. I do want that blade to grow stronger. Harness the Titan. Oh, also Spike of the Stygian. Yeah, Spike of the Stygian is really good. That helps us deal with these stealth bosses a lot more easily. Big Sludge is interesting, but I don't think I want it. And we need draw. We have a pretty expensive deck now, so Sunly Conduit would actually be decent. I do want the removals and the Merchant of Magic. Kind of like Conduit now. No, we'll just get some cost reductions instead. Extra spell weakness is gonna be pretty valuable. Swimming Blade needs the cost reduction pretty urgently. Ancient Synergy scales well with spell power. I don't think I need the Permafrost, although on the Spike of the Stygian is pretty good, but we do have the Preserve for that, so I'll save the money there. Another Holdover. We could put Holdover an Offering Token as well. And we would have Crypt Builder plus Offering Token every turn, but I think Subsuming Blade is better. Do want the Subsuming Blade to grow. Let's purge these Purifying Cleanses. They are absolutely worthless. We can't even play them most of the time because of permadeath. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 4. That's a bit annoying, but we can deal with most enemies just with spells by now. Definitely play the Shark. Ancient Synergy will kill them all, but I do want the Incant. And I think it's better to just hold over the Crypt Builder. We have a very small deck, no need to risk these units dying before we have to. I think this is double... No, it's not double Crypt Builder. The problem with double Crypt Builder is that the second one hits the Quill Marksman. Let's freeze the Spike. I think it's Crypt Builder, Frozen Lands, Subsuming Blade. 17 damage is not enough. I should have played the second crypt builder because now the problem is we don't have the other one. Not a big deal though. Subsuming Blade, Crypt Builder, Crypt Builder. Now we can play the Cold Celia and the Tethys. Does that win? Need to think about this. If I can play the Subsuming Blade, I should. These guys have spikes 4 each, so killing one of them actually keeps Tethys alive. That should be worth. And then we spike on the backline. We can't do anything fancy with the other spells. 20 Frostbite, that's gonna be a lot of damage. Yeah, it's enough. Was a bit worried about that because if I lose my tank at this point, we might be in trouble. Guardian Stone and Glacial Seal, both in the same pick, and Guardian's Amulet. These cards are all really, really good. I think I like Guardian Stone the most though. Apply more armor. Helps keep Tethys alive against spikes and sweep. Endless. That can save our tank. Yeah, I think we need that safety net. That backup plan. Relics. I would like some extra card draw, that would be nice. Cost reductions are still something I care a lot about. Although most of our spells are upgraded already. So we can't really do that much with it. Double stack on Spike of the Stygian would be amazing. Let's actually go for the relics though. Token of a traitor. Okay, that's pretty useful. Nothing too crazy. Improved Firebox. We can't really use that for Spike unless we draw it early against flying bosses, which would definitely be nice, but not great otherwise. Lightstone Casing. I think that's very good. With the direction this deck is going, the spell upgrades are very important. Oh, Crystal Cloak with that challenge is scary. That is very scary. Another Crypt Builder. Do I wanna? No, I wanna free something more impactful. Let's hit this guy with a Crypt Builder. That should also kill the Collector because of the token. We don't have to kill this guy. 36 times 2 is 72, so almost enough to kill that guy, but not quite. I guess moving that guy to the back is actually ideal. Then we can kill the annoying enemy. And these guys don't matter if they move up. This is 29 damage. I guess we should straight up remove the backliner. Yeah. This guy will still die to the frostbite. Frostbite 1, he dies. We might as well get a slay with that. I do want that dripfall so we can build up more armor. Our Guardian Stone dies. Ooh. I was fine with everyone else. I don't care about the Cold Celia that much. The Guard of the Unnamed has Endless, so he won't get purged. Tethys is a champion, so Tethys won't get purged, but the Guardian Stone really hurts. On the upside we get a kill with the Subsuming Blade. Okay, we are fine. Hi Taylor, welcome. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks. Skip. I thought about the Sacrificial Resurrection, but we don't really have much we want to burn in this deck. I want to get the spell upgrades here. Another holdover? That seems a bit excessive. Cost reduce the Subsuming Blade one more time. Second floor setup might have done it. Yeah, that's possible. Also, if I played the Guardian Stone earlier and descended it when I had the chance to, then that also might have done it. I think we do now take a holdover offering token. Surgestone really isn't necessary. We will get rid of all these Frozen Lances. And double stack the Spike of the Stygian. Oh, that's so good. That's so powerful. Okay. I think our deck should now be extremely strong. And we should be pretty fine against Fel. I wonder if there is a chance to get a flying kill here. Very well might be, to be honest. Let's descend her so she can take some spell weakness right away. These guys die. I don't really care about the statue, but I do care about the statues on other floors, because we will need to hit Fel with Ancient Synergy eventually. And because we have the descent, because we have the descent, hitting her with Ancient Synergy is much more likely on that second floor. Fell comes down to the bottom floor, which is very nice. Let's freeze the spike. I was hoping to hit the Absolver with the token, so I could hit Fel with the full Ancient Synergy. But we have the chance to now. That's already half the health gone. Let's use these cards. Use the Frozen Lands first. Follow that up with a Subsuming Blade. We are not gonna be in this fight for very much longer. Should have played that on the bottom floor for incants, but... she went back to the top floor again. That's annoying. Well, a little bit short here. We should be able to kill her now. This is already enough. Just wondering if there is a chance. Nope, there is no chance we can Subsuming Blade multiple times here. I do want to get the kill with the Subsuming Blade though. Not necessarily on Fel. Anyone is enough here. We did manage a flying kill. So that's very nice. Flying kill on Fel is worth a lot of points. Even though it was just a 4-turn. Still nice. Another spike of the Stygian. That doesn't really work that well. Because we save these for the boss and we only have one turn where I can play them against non-flying bosses. And against Seraph these don't really matter that much. Harness the Titan could be good though. The more draw, the better. Do I want unit upgrades? I mean, they really don't matter much to me. I'm pretty much just a spell deck. This is my best spell right now. And it's only gonna become better as time goes on. We need more spell weakness. Although the spell weakness won't work that well against Seraph, is the problem. This is a bit scary. But we do have a subsuming blade. I was hoping to hit the backline with the token of a traitor, so we wouldn't take that much damage. I should have played Harness the Titan first. Stays you to prevent the damage you would deal. And I'm keeping that around for the boss. We only need to kill that guy. The Steel Wings doesn't do any damage. And we are gaining a ton of armor off of this, which is great. I forgot to harness the Titan again. I should have left that guy alive so I could subsuming blade now. Don't want to spend any ember on cards that aren't Spike of the Stygian. Uh-oh. Whoa! How does this guy survive that? Look at my armor values and he has 50 frostbite? Goodbye, Armor Totem. It was nice knowing you. $3,000 damage with the subsuming blade. We need a new totem. There's not really anything to purge anymore. Well, there is one Frozen Lands. And a Remnant Pact. I don't need that anymore. Okay. Nope. Ooh, a forgotten name. I think I like that one. Yeah, the revenge growth was pretty crazy there. We don't want to double stack the drip fall, I think. Maybe a cost reduction on Harness the Titan. It's about the only thing I need here. Not a Preserve, the Remnant Pact. And obviously the Frozen Lines. Do we just knife the Seraph to death? I guess that's gonna be our plan. If we just do like a bit more than 200 damage a turn, then that's already gonna be enough to beat Seraph. Or should I set up on the bottom floor? I should set up on the bottom floor because I do have the descent. Whoops. Not gonna blade the spike here. We need to kill this guy. Okay, Seraph is coming to the bottom floor on its own free will, which he's gonna regret because there is spell weakness here. I need to save my units though. Okay, this sweep is annoying. I think I have to spend a subsuming blade on that. Yeah, that is indeed interesting. That should be the most damage we can get. That's that's a lot more than the knives. Was hoping for ancient synergy here. Could just play the spike of the Stygian now. Could save this unit, or I could use it for damage against the boss. And well, we all know we need that damage. It has to happen. 95 damage is the max, but I might draw into Ancient Synergy with the Crypt Builders. We are very close. We have the kill next turn. Okay. Whew! It was just barely a flying kill, but it was still a flying kill. So I'm pretty happy about that. Only 64k. So there was definitely more potential, but... yeah, if we hadn't lost so many points to these second floor kills on some of the bosses, that would look a lot better. We lost 500 points here and 300 there. These early fights don't really matter much, and I didn't have much optimization potential before then. Yeah, these subsuming blades were pretty solid. Not sure if the harness the Titan was any good, but it seemed decent with that amount of holdover damage spells. Yeah, interesting deck. The amount of holdover I had was not really necessary, but... oh, we had this... we saw this fight early on in the... I saw this guy early on in the run. I wonder what he went with. Yeah. Looking at what our deck did and seeing this double stacked Energy Siphon ×3, it's no surprise he got the first place. Energy Siphon is something I was really missing at the end. I was really missing it. It would have been so good with this deck. But I skipped it for something different. I don't remember what it was, but at the time it didn't look like we were gonna go down the path we ultimately went down. What did Your Sweet Comrade come up with? Endless Offering Monument, yeah. I mean, he's kind of a combo player, so of course he would go with that. With the double incant, you can actually do a ton with an Endless Offering totem. Because even if it only has 1 health when it comes back, with the Founding Seal, it will still trigger its incant twice and draw you 2 cards. So with 2 Endless Offering Monuments, you can cycle them into each other, especially with a card like Offering Token. That's gonna be very easy. So you can actually infinite incant as long as you can play the Offering Monument. Of course, it's not 0 cost, so you will spend some of your Ember on that, but he did pick up Hellspanners, so that definitely helped him combo off with the Offering Monument and the Glacial Seal. He also had 0 cost damage spells, so he could throw those out as well. And yeah, he did get a 7-turn boss rush on Seraph, so that worked out for him. But still, we're here on the first page, rank 5. I think that's very solid. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, of course, Endless also works against permadeath, so without Endless, the Offering Monument would just have died and be purged from the deck.